Guys, it seemed like every time I'm ready to work, all hell break loose. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to Original Greatness. I am your host, Joseph Martin, and if you are new to the channel, I appreciate you for tuning in. Lord knows I do. Ooh, I'm gonna try my best not to be sipping tea through the whole video, but I'm a little under the weather. But let's go ahead and get this rolling. Let's switch over to here. It seems like my hair started growing faster when it started falling out. So, oh my gosh, sometimes I have to ask myself, ain't you balding? It's terrible. And when it's short, like it's like two days, a 2-day growth, it turned like Velcro. I can't put this hood on my head. It'd be lint all through it. It's like my head turned into I'm a human lint brush. Oh my goodness, it's grown man problems. If you don't have them, just keep on living. Ooh wee. All right, now let's get into it. First things first, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers we reached. Oh, what am I saying? First thing, how you mess up with a prompter? Can you tell? That's stress. Maybe that's stress. That's probably what it is. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start over. We're just gonna keep things rolling because I want to keep this as a style of a vlog. I want to keep this as a style of a vlog. I don't want this to be something that requires a whole bunch of time like the other stuff. So this is practice for me. Just bear with me. First things first, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers. We reached our goal of 1,000 subs by February 1st. And I'm not sure how this thumbnail turned out, but if you clicked on this video because of it, let me give you what you want, and then I'll come back to the new subscribers. Now let's talk about this working from home. Now, I'm not talking about working from home in the sense of having a job and you're working from home. In my case, it's running a business from home. Now, some of the issues you're dealing with might be the same as me, or they might not be. Of course, if it was, I told you, just bear with me. So what I learned from working at home on my own business is that the 10 hours you spend working a day job is not 10 hours when you work for yourself at home, especially if you have kids and a social life. And this is why. Other people feel like you have control over your time, which you do, but not really. And this is what that means. When you work for yourself, you have to work overtime. You have to work more to get that business that you're running up off the ground. It's not going to require the same amount of time you was putting into working for somebody else's business. Their business is already established. Yours is a business you're trying to establish. So you need to focus on that. So what happens is if you have a social circle of people that still work a regular job, they're looking at it like, oh my gosh, you got control over your time. You can do anything you want. And if you're not able to set boundaries with your workspace and with you focusing on your business, those lines are going to be crossed and violated all the time. And it's going to cut into you being productive on that business. So that's something I didn't know until I got to where I am, to know that 10 hours at somebody else's business is not 10 hours on your own if you have those other things going on. So I'm lucky with the way my life is, being a husband and a dad and a dog owner and a son, all that stuff going on, man. I'm lucky to get 3 hours of work in. I'd be terrified if I do try to focus on working, I'm terrified somebody gonna hurt themselves. So that's that. We're gonna try to keep it going because I don't want this video to be too long, but that's that part. And us men, or as men, especially in the past, men have used work as a way to escape their home life. They be like, man, I don't want to deal with this. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna pick up some hours. I'm gonna work some overtime. Okay, well, I don't have that luxury because my work is in the same environment that at times I'm trying to escape. So I can't even use working as a tool to escape the craziness that's going on at home. Sometimes, man, the noise these kids be making, man, I'll be afraid they're going to fall through the roof. They're going to fall through the ceiling. I said roof. I'm trying to tell you, boy. Whew. I said I wasn't going to sip on this tea like crazy, so I'm going to keep this cup down. But let's keep it going. So the environment that I'm attempting to be productive in is full of distractions. But I can't allow that to become an excuse for me. And when I was working a day job, I changed my life financially the day I got information from a gentleman named Jim Rohn and read this book called The Richest Man in Babylon and applied the things I learned. And I started seeing that worked for me. My life changed financially. So I was able to develop a nice nest egg for me to buy some time, freedom, for me to be able to get something else rolling to start supplementing my expenses, to take over paying bills and making sure it can support my lifestyle. So those choices I make back then are still paying dividends to this day. So when you have people in your life that benefit from your resources, they don't have like an entrepreneur or business mindset, they operate from a fear of being fired when it comes to their job. But an entrepreneur or a person that has resources operates from a place of going broke. So other people that depend on your resources, like I said, they don't tend to take it seriously, and no one takes it seriously until you can't pay bills. Now they're like, oh my gosh, what's happening? You ain't come up with this and you ain't pay that. Nah. I've been telling you that this was coming, but you didn't help. You didn't contribute to get things in a position where I can make sure I can be successful with what I'm doing. So this wouldn't be a problem. And now that it's here, now you're taking it seriously. But now that you're taking it seriously, it's too late. It's too late. Luckily, I'm far from that point personally, but I'm warning you about the situation because you don't want to be in that situation. But some people don't take things seriously until it's too late. And successful entrepreneurs, they always operate from a sense of urgency because they know that it's better to act broke than to be broke. And if you acting broke, you're staying what Les Brown would call hungry. You work harder to eat on an empty stomach than you do when you full. Think about Thanksgiving or Christmas if you eat a lot of food on Thanksgiving. They call it itis. But when you full, what do you want to do? You want to work or you want to go to sleep? You want to relax. You want to kick your feet up. You don't even want to move if you done ate good. You want to unbutton your pants and lay back. So that's why it's best to always stay hungry. Real businessmen, entrepreneurs, they're complicated. They're hard to understand. And business women, they're hard to understand because they operate with a sense of urgency. They operate like they need it. They operate like they broke. You like, what's going on, man? You don't even need that. What do you mean? You're talking crazy to me. I got to get it. That's the attitude that they have. They're a go-getter. They stay hungry. That's the difference between somebody with a successful mindset and somebody with an average person mindset. I don't want to say unsuccessful because we can be successful in different ways. We can be successful in different ways. So I want to say average people. And believe it or not, the bar is set really low to be average. For instance, I found out that the average person reads one book a year. So if you're one of those people that don't even read one book, you below average. And it only take you reading 2 books a year to be above average. Now, that's just one category. But in my personal experience, I've seen that average, the bar on that is set extremely low. Extremely. So it's not even hard to be above average. You just got to really be willing to put in the effort, pretty much. So this is one thing about average people. Average people work to get by. Successful people work I used the wrong word. We're gonna run that back because this a gem right here. This a nugget for you real quick. Average people, they work to get by. Successful people think to stay ahead. Now think about what I said. I said average people, my throat a little dry, I said I wasn't gonna be sipping on you. But throat bothered me, gotta get it. Average people work to get by. Successful people think to stay ahead. Now, remember how I told you successful people and entrepreneurs and business people, they working like they need it when they really don't need it? Like if you look and you like, man, you said, why are you working to get more? They're thinking to stay ahead. They're not trying to get by. They're not trying to get nowhere. Mentally, they are already there, but they're thinking about staying ahead of anything that has the potential to come up, whether that's financially, anything, being in a situation where they don't have the education for it. They'll do what they have to do to become educated. They'll do what they have to do to become educated, to get the information they need. So when a situation comes up, they already have it. They already have it. All right. So to the subscribers, for those of you who want to know what to expect, here's my message to you. This channel is about sharing with the community of people who want to be educated and entertained. There's no reason that you should be rocked to sleep while you're getting information. And I believe that the reason most people don't find education entertaining is because their past experience with it has been boring. So that makes sense. Why would you want to become educated or work on your education and every time you worked on it, somebody was boring you to death? You know what I'm saying? Or they wasn't much to look at. I'm doing a little of both. I'm coughing and laughing. Like you ain't even easy on the eyes and you boring. Why wouldn't you go to sleep in a classroom with a situation like that? And it helps if the person sharing the information isn't boring, and when you get a perspective from someone who's relatable, such as myself. So you might find that I've been in some situations that you're about to get in or that you're currently in. Let's run that back. You might find that I've been in some situations you're currently in or you're about to get into when I share my stories. Here's a few things about me that's given me some firsthand experience in life. I'm in my early 40s and I've seen a lot of people not make it this far. I dropped out of school in the 10th grade, passed my GED exam on the first attempt, applied to multiple jobs, worked multiple jobs, been fired, laid off, quit with and without notice, started multiple businesses, closed multiple businesses, invested in crypto, made and lost money, invested in the stock market, and I made and lost money, traded options, and I made and lost money, believed in God, thought I was an atheist, had a reality check, I said that kind of fast, had a reality check, got baptized, and Jesus is my Lord and Savior. I don't know about you, but I got it together. I don't know what I was on when I questioned God's existence. So that was that. Now, I was a Democrat, became a Republican. Talking fast again, slow it down. I was a Democrat, became a Republican until I discovered that it's best to get informed about the candidates and the issues before making a decision. That was a life-changing experience for me, and I'm going to elaborate on this, and I keep going with this list. The reason why is because it's silly to have your mind made up and take a position until you hear the problem. Because different situations require different measures. So I give you an example. Democrats are real tough on gun laws. They want to restrict guns. But in certain situations, a gun is necessary. If you're not banning it all across the board, it's showing you that in some situations, a gun is necessary, and in other situations, it's not. So hearing what the issues are up front is really well And that's just one example. That's just one, regardless of how you feel either way, because I know some people are really sensitive about politics. I'm just telling you, the party's position on firearms is to be tough on them. So that's that. I've read over 100 books and counting. I have a personal library, and I own over 600 books and still buying. Have brothers and sisters. I'm the oldest. I had 2 stepfathers. Have a great relationship with my dad. Take care of my mother, and we're close. Dated multiple women. Now I'm a husband. Been married twice. Been divorced once, and I remarried her. Ooh wee. A father of 3 sons. Proud owner of a jealous pit bull girl and a partridge in a pear tree. So here's a little bit about how my day went this morning. I got up at 4 a.m. and I started working on writing a script, which I'm reading on the prompter right now. And let's go to this one. And the transmitter for this DJI Mic 2 that I'll have down in the description, that transmitter started dying. I could see it. I'm like, ooh, let me put this on the charger because all I need is for me to get ready to record, and this mic is dead. So I finished writing that script like 20 minutes before it was time for the kids to get up this morning. So I'm like, cool, let me hurry up and knock the script out and record it so I can be able to upload this video today. Man, I go grab the transmitter and I look, it's dead. I didn't cut the transmitter off before I put it on the charger. It don't charge while it's on. I ain't know that. So now I'm like, okay, cool. No problem. I'm gonna switch over to the Shure SM7dB and use that. No problem. I had that down in the description too, just in case you're interested. And wouldn't you know it, it's not working. And it wasn't the mic that was the problem. I've been working on my computer behind the scenes, and when I disconnected it, I think something happened with the drivers, and that's computer talk. It's not and nothing wrong with the microphone. It's the communication between the interface and the computer. There's something going on with that. Long story short, I knew that it was going to take too long to correct that problem for me to be able to shoot the video before the kids got up. So I started freaking out. So I called my mom to start venting. It's early in the morning. She half asleep. So because she ain't paying attention, it's not really making me feel any better. So it's actually making it worse. And then I got my 2 youngest with me. And my oldest was already at school. And my middle child, my middle son, he need to get on the bus. They don't honk the horn in the morning. So you got to be paying attention. I'm on the phone, running my mouth, and miss the bus. And that's when something happened. The effort kicked in. So let me tell you what the effort is. The effort is, if you got colorful language, you know what the F stand for. So once that kicked in, the effort, that means I can cry, I can whine, I can complain, but that ain't gonna get nothing done. Once I'm done doing all that, whatever I gotta take care of, whatever I gotta work on, it's gonna be sitting right there waiting on me. Now, what type of person would allow their day to get the best of them and keep their son at home because they ain't feel like taking both of their kids out of the house and making sure he got to school? What type of person would do that? I said average person, below average person, and I ain't it. I shut up, got everybody together, and I got my son to school. Also, I had time to think, and my perspective shifted. I got back focused, and this is what that was. Some things in life, we have to live long enough to experience them. And that's what I was saying earlier in the video. Just keep on living. That's an old saying when a young person tells somebody wise or a person a little up in age, I ain't never had that happen to me. And they tell you, yeah, just keep on living. So what I've learned by reaching my 40s is that those times that I felt like giving up and quitting, my breakthrough was right on the other side. Because every time I felt like quitting and haven't and kept pushing, it was like I leveled up. Something happened, right? It's like I don't want to give the devil too much credit. So let's just say when things start going bad, when things start going against you and it seems like you got a whole bunch of stuff coming at you from all different directions, it's like God asking you, how bad do you really want it? If you really want it, you ain't gonna give up. You gonna push through this. But if you give up, you ain't want it that bad. You ain't really want it. It's the last chance to get you to give up right before you had that breakthrough. And I've had this experience in the past to give me the confidence to know that when I'm feeling like giving up, that's the best time to celebrate. Because that means my breakthrough is right on the other side. If I can figure out how to turn my day around and get this video done, even if I have to upload this video tomorrow. So let me tell you the date. The date right now is February 5th, 2025. I might not get this video edited and uploaded until tomorrow, but I'm going to get it done. And I got a live I plan on shooting tonight, but I'm going to get it done. So that's about breakthroughs. Now let's go over here to the other camera. Let's get back to the prompter. So we on task. We on task. Now you may be asking yourself, why is this man telling me his problems on a personal development and self-improvement channel? He be bringing me down. Listen, listen. Because some people don't realize that all successful people have problems too. You might see some level of success and look through the camera. Look at what's going on. We got different. Let's see if I got another one. Let's see what we got going on. Come on, man. You see, it's some production put into this, right? I may not be, oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean to push that one, but we got different levels of success. Like I said earlier, you might see a little something. Lighting, cameras, you got different stuff going on. And if you see some level of success in what I'm showing you, then showing you I have problems too. I have days I want to give up. I have stuff that I need to get done, but I'm sharing with you how I'm thinking to get through it. That's going to help you with the self-improvement and personal development. So because some people don't realize that all successful people have problems too, let me say that again for you people in the back. All successful people have problems too. And how did I figure this out? And why is this important? When I started studying successful people throughout history, not only did I discover that they all had problems, some of them had problems I wouldn't dare, you hear me, trade mine for. And the reason this is important is because we will allow our problems to become our excuses. Because we want to be able to explain why we haven't achieved certain levels of I was flowing good, wasn't I? Hold on. Because we want to be able to explain why we haven't achieved certain levels of success if we ever get confronted with the question. Once you remove your excuses, you have to look yourself in the mirror and realize, hey, I must be doing something wrong. And somehow, this is my fault. It's my fault. Now, you just discovered how to hold yourself accountable. And that leads to you understanding that if anything is going to change, it starts with you. Once you accept that, that's the day, whatever day that is, that's the day that your life turns around. As soon as you make that decision, it don't turn around later. It turns around the day you decide to make that decision. And here's the formula that I found for success on my journey. Decide what you want, learn what it takes to get it, and constantly take action by applying what you learn until you get it. Something else I learned about myself while following this formula is that my mind works better at solving problems when I focus on one thing at a time. Here's the value that I'm offering you. We all understand that we need to fund our lifestyles, but most people forget that we need to fund our dreams. Who wouldn't want to earn multiple incomes from doing something they love, right? And I mean, we heard the cliches like you need to follow your passion. Most people don't, or your purpose. Most people don't know why they're here or anything like that. They haven't gotten that far yet. But it would be a beautiful thing to just do something you enjoy doing or you love doing and get paid from it. So I fell in love with learning. And the first time, wait a minute, I fell in love with learning the first time I applied what I learned and produced the results that I wanted. And that empowered me. That made me feel like I could do anything, knowing that I can improve my situation if I just became educated. If I just educated myself on whatever I needed to do, I realized that it's only two things that hold you back. One, not knowing what to do, and two, not doing it. They're the only two things that can hold you back. But the most important of the two is not doing it. You doing the right thing by mistake still produces the results you're looking for. But knowing what to do, the only thing holding you back is you not doing it. So with those two things, you in business. So sharing what I've learned with you can have the potential to empower you and give you the ability to take control of your situation and improve yourself through self-development. Oh man, I appreciate y'all for dealing with me through this. Ooh, my throat dry. No, oh my goodness. I got you though. We gonna get through this. I'm confident and passionate about what I share because I'm speaking from experience, not theory. One of the ways to be rewarded is hearing from you guys down in the comments about this content and how it's added value to you in your life. And another reward is getting this channel monetized that add even more value to you. So these steps I'm applying to seek success on this channel can be applied to your specific goals, like I said before, in the formula for success that I shared. And after deciding, learn. I learned about the multiple ways to qualify for monetization. Then I chose the goals I wanted to go after. People want to subscribe to return for more if you're consistently offering value. We reached that goal of 1,000 subs following the formula I'm sharing with you. Then you decide your next goal and get educated. So then I learned now we need to have 3,000 watch time hours on the long format videos for the first level and 4,000 for full monetization. That's what we're working on now, which is why you haven't been seeing the daily shorts being uploaded. That's why taking the time to learn in the beginning saves you time on the back end and whatever you decide to do, because your first steps are moving in the right direction towards your goal as soon as you start. The watch hours from the shorts don't count towards monetization or the watch time hours you accumulate from YouTube Live. And I was disappointed. I should have been distraught because I've been getting a lot of watch time hours on the shorts because I have been putting up one every day. But just knowing that don't count, I wouldn't be wasting my time continuing to go after that to get the watch time hours. So that's why we slowed down and started to shift over to longer content. Here's where things have gotten a little crazy while following this formula. I haven't uploaded one, you hear me? One long video since making the shift about a week ago. And I missed the last late night live on Wednesday, January 29th. So my apologies if you were trying to tune in and you saw I wasn't online. I'm so sorry. Mentally, I was not there, guys. I was trying to clear my head. And that's because I was trying to figure out why it's been so hard for me to get this content done. Guys, if you're going to be successful, the first thing you absolutely have to study and understand better than anything else is yourself. The constant shifts from working to dad and jumping back and forth are not good for me mentally. And let me explain why with this physical job versus a mental type job. If you working and your kids need something, your wife needs something. If you working, your kids need something. Let's do this again. If you're working and your kids need something or your wife needs something, it's a simple mind shift to go from working to taking care of whatever they need. That's simple. Just stop doing that and take care of this. That's very simple. But when you have a job that requires mental labor of being creative, it's not easy to just jump back into that type of job. It's different. So it's easy to go from, let's go back. So it's easy to go from working to being a dad, a husband, a brother, son, etc. But it's difficult to go back to being creative. This is why your environment, your social circle, and education are so crucial in life, because those are the most common places for successful people to get the answers to their problems and an unlimited supply of ideas. Maya Angelou was highly accomplished and proficient when it came to being creative. She designed she designed a routine of going to an apartment early in the morning when she planned to write. She used this space specifically for her to be focused and undisturbed to sustain a constant state of creativity. So when my wife would take the kids out so I could focus on work, when she got back a few hours later, I wouldn't have any work done. I felt like I was working, but I didn't have anything I could present physically to show for it. So when she asked me if I got any work done, I would say no. It wasn't until recently that I realized that I was clearing my head those few hours. That's why I still felt like work. So here's the key. Preparing your mind for work is part of the work. My subconscious mind knew what I needed to be creative in my work, but consciously, I didn't realize it yet. Because of that very reason, I wasn't able to explain to my wife that she was helping me. And this might be something that you're dealing with, and you've been struggling to figure out what that is. When you have a busy life, your mind, if you're not careful, becomes just as busy. Thinking about all the things you need to do all at once can always feel overwhelming. But in reality, let's think about it. You can only work on those things one at a time. Reminding myself of this has helped me tremendously. I mean, you got to catch yourself. You like, man, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do that. That's easy to do that. But you can't knock those things out as quick as you can think about them all at once. So it makes sense about why we become overwhelmed. So just keeping that in mind should help you a lot to calm down and start prioritizing all those multiple things that you need to do. And now that I was able to explain to my wife how important it was to clear my head, which leads to better creativity and concentration when it comes to my work. So now she wouldn't think that all the time she was helping me by taking the kids out, that it was in vain. Just like what's happening on this channel. If you don't see a video being uploaded, to you it looks like no work is being done, because you can't see the work that is being done that leads to the videos being uploaded. I'm working every day, guys. It's just not resulting in a YouTube short or a video every day like it was before. I wish it was. I had way more content out. I really wish it worked like that. But this is where we are. So what I'm going to do is start shooting vlogs at least 2 or 3 times a week to keep you guys updated. That way you'll still be getting content while I'm working on the videos that require a lot more planning, research, editing, etc. Okay, now let's talk about what's been going on recently to give you an update a little bit more about this gap that's been happening. I had my last short that I uploaded, which I believe was yesterday, blocked. Yes, blocked by YouTube worldwide. Nobody can see it. So if you did get a chance to see it, lucky you. Look at you. Oh, I was so sick. Ooh, I was sick when I found out they took it down. I'm like, it took me forever to get this 1 minute short done. I had been working on it for like 2 days. Technically, it wasn't a minute. So let me break down what happened with this. I have licenses to use copyrighted content. I'm paying for the packages with Camtasia. It's called Camtasia Assets. So with the stuff being copyrighted, YouTube has an automatic AI algorithm that detects copyrighted material. So YouTube changed their YouTube shorts from 1 minute to 3 minutes. And the user copyrighted content, even if it's allowed on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, it only allows you to use 1 minute of the music. This video, this short, is 1 minute and 10 seconds. And because I'm using this music, YouTube catches it and flags it and blocks the whole short. Well, it's a short. I wouldn't expect it. It's only a minute. You might as well block the whole thing. But they block it. So now I'm freaking out. I'm like, man, my channel is dying. I'm trying to put out content. So I'm like, now that's something that I got to go back and work on again. It's an easy fix. So I'm gonna have to go back to I'm just gonna re-edit the video, I'm gonna do some things and fix it. So that's what happened with that. Now I promised that I was gonna bring you guys the study group live. I'm gonna put put the logo up there for you, up in right here up on the screen. So I promised you guys we was gonna do the late night lives. Not late night. It's not even called late night live. That's not the one I'm talking about. We're gonna do the study group lives. I told you we was going to do the study group lives. The study group live is where we feature a book and I give you a quick little introduction or overview where you can get suggestions of different books. And I read it in real time. I set a reading goal of 60 books a year, but because of all the madness I've been telling you has been going on behind the scenes in my life, I haven't been able to get that 1 hour of being able to sit still and even do the YouTube live. So, I said YouTube live. I keep saying it. The study group live. Okay. Now let's go on to talk about moms. So moms was helping me with the children's when my wife was at work. Moms comes out of the room or whatever room she was at, and she didn't cut the light on and stepped on one of the kids' balls, one of they toys they had on the floor, and she done broke her foot. She broke 3 bones in her foot. So mom's is down. Bless her heart, she down. Now, this is what happened around this time. Around that time, I set my studio office up area where I could record during the daytime. Because if you don't know about cameras, lighting that you don't want ruins shots. So it's better to darken everything and create your own light. Like use your own lights. Like right now, just to give you a quick overview, these is 3 lights. You can't even see me now. So you got your key light. That's coming from here. Then you got your backlight. So that's coming from over me, like right behind me. And then I have a dark space right here. So that's called a field light. So that's what we got going on here. So those don't work as well when you got daylight coming through the window. So I took care of all that. And now I'm like, cool, now I can shoot during the daytime. And that went out the window when mom's hurt her foot. So pray for moms. She doing great. But now I don't have that help during the day. So my 3-year-old, I need to use these things on him. That boy got a head on him. He hit his head on something. And his head big, but it's not like it's over like Tweety Bird. Like my middle brother, I got 2. I got more. Listen, guys, it's late. I'm trying to make sure I get this video done. My brother, his nickname when he was a baby was called Tweety Bird. His head was huge. So my son, his head is big. It's not disproportionate to his body, but that boy let his head run into everything. Sometimes he'd be running backwards. I'm like, man, would you please stop? So I'd be terrified. I'd be keeping my eyes on him. So I can't really focus on doing no work with that boy running around here with that head. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, I gotta make sure he keep it together. That's what's going on with that. So Goodreads. I told you about me doing the the reading goal for the year to read 60 books a year. I have a Goodreads account. I had a link down in the description, I think I'll put a link down in there that gives you an overview about Goodreads if you don't know about it, or I'll put it up right here on the screen so you can click that video and watch it. I'll give you a quick overview, but that way you can track what books I got in my library, what I'm reading, what page I'm on, and stuff that I plan on reading, stuff that I'm interested in, some reviews that I left on books. It's a really great tool, so you can check that out with the Goodreads. Now, this is the other thing. I've been working out, guys. I've been working out. I stepped on that scale. I'm gonna put that video up here as a YouTube short. Man, I was 200. I hit the mic. I was 288 pounds. I said, Lord have mercy. Claude. Oh my goodness. No, please don't be this big. And I was. So I have been exercising. I've been changing my diet. I changed my diet, and I've been drinking a lot more water and taking vitamins, and it's been paying huge dividends. I ended up losing, I want to say 6 or 7 pounds in the first week. So that's taking time. So everything needs funding. I talked about that earlier. Like, people know that their lifestyle needs funding, but they forget that they need to fund their dreams too. So one of the things is, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to be on this channel telling you need to work on yourself and you need to be better, and I'm not doing it. I don't want to tell you to do something unless it just don't apply to me. Like, if I got if you're dealing with a situation that isn't a situation like mine, I ain't, all I can do is give you, an idea, but not from a position of it being something that I've dealt with or I'm dealing with, because I'm not in that situation. But taking care of your health is very important. Like, why would I work so hard on myself to have a successful business, got income coming in, and pretty much do whatever I want, and I'm too out of shape or unhealthy to play with my kids or take trips and really enjoy it? I got to sit my big butt down somewhere. I can't. I need help getting in and out of the hot tub. I can't swim. I don't want none of that. So I'm like, now that I got this ball rolling, let's get this health in order. And I've been tracking it. I wanted to film it, but I haven't been doing that consistently, but we're working on getting that out to you guys too. All right, let's get this together. Let's go back here. All right. So this is how you guys can support the channel so I can focus on creating and bringing to you the best content possible. First, like the videos and leave comments. Even if it's a thumbs down or a quick emoji in the comments, it shows YouTube that you're engaging with the content. Feel free. Put something down in the comments. Like the video. Boom, real quick. Pop, pop, pop. Hit it with the thumb. All right. Also, I love getting feedback. I look forward to reading the comments. I want to know what you got. So feel free to share what's on your mind. I want to hear from you. Second, if you shop on Amazon, which means you are on planet Earth. I mean, who doesn't shop? Who doesn't shop at Amazon? Amazon shop at Amazon, right? I'm an affiliate now. So if you use my links down in the description, before you make any purchase on Amazon, I'll receive a small commission at no extra cost to you. And I didn't even know that it worked that way, because it would be times I wanted to support somebody else and wanted to support their channels, because I be on YouTube a lot too, but I didn't want the specific item that the link they have down in the description takes you to. So if you buy something different while you're on Amazon after using the link, it still counts. And I appreciate the support. So if you didn't know, now you know. And late night lives we do every Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to start making sure it's scheduled by Monday. So when you come to the channel, you can click on the notify me for that live. Woo! All right, guys. As we bring this episode to a close, we made it. As we bring this episode to a close, I want you to always remember that the school system does not have a monopoly on education, and that being educated and informed is your own responsibility. Okay? Nobody else's. It's just yours. That's your responsibility. I want to say that again for the people in the back. Always remember that the school system does not have a monopoly on education, and that being educated and informed is your own responsibility. I appreciate you. Like and comment. I love to hear from you. Take care and God bless. Woo! What a show. I feel good.